When you think the worst thing about gas stations is their ever increasing prices, Reddit Let's Not Meet and the internet can always find a way to prove you wrong. So grab a blanket, turn off your lights, and let's get pumped for these 3 terrifying gas station encounters. Night at the gas station. During my segment 1 driving classes, my friend and I teamed together with a certain instructor. We would find ourselves mostly listening to the stories of his youth instead of learning concepts of driving. One day, he told us a story of when he used to work the night shift at a gas station. This event occurred in the days when people were hired to pump gas for customers. On this night, a van pulls up to the station. The driver is slumped over with his head almost resting on the steering wheel. My instructor starts to get nervous but shakes it off. Whilst pumping the gas, he notices that the van's sliding door is slightly ajar. The door slides open, and a man, holding a butcher knife that clearly has blood on it, lunges out after him. My instructor sprints across the lot while being chased by the man. There is a chain link fence at the edge of the station lot, and he manages to climb over it. Running into the field on the other side, he stops and looks back in time to see the man halfway over the fence, hop down, and run back into his van. They speed away immediately, and my instructor calls the police. Apparently, the man was wanted for a series of crimes and was found and arrested shortly after this night. Our instructor is very trustworthy and reliable, and I believe him 100%. Creepy man at a gas station. When I was 17, my mother and I went on a road trip, and we stopped to get gas. Her bladder is equal to that of a kitten, so I was in charge of pumping the gas while she went to the bathroom and got herself some snacks to eat. I got out of the car and began fueling the car when something reflecting on the car window catches my eye. The man on the other side of the pump was not pumping gas, he was pumping something else. I panicked and tried to get the lever thing working to where you don't have to hold the nozzle, but I couldn't seem to get it to work. I looked back up to see if the man was gone, but no, he's staring straight at me now. I again struggled with the nozzle, and thankfully, I got the thing to work and immediately walked over so the pump was between him and me. Shortly after I moved, he drove away, staring me down the entire time. My mom came out of the gas station a minute later, and we got back onto the road. I didn't tell her what had happened because I didn't want to freak her out. As we got back on the interstate, I saw an oh-so-familiar vehicle. Honestly, I'm not sure if that was the same man or not, but because I was too afraid to look. So I'm sorry about that. To this day, I can't bring myself to go to any Pilot gas stations, no matter the price of gas. Accosted at the gas station. Hello Reddit. First time poster here. Something bizarre happened to me last night, and I'd like to tell you about it. Background on me, 19-year-old male, living in a semi-large city in Ontario. It was around 11 at night, and I had just finished working out at the gym. I went to the grocery store to pick up some food for the next couple of days. While at the grocery store, I decided to get $120 cash back, money that I owed my mom, and unbeknownst to me, as I left the grocery store, money that I came close, so close, to losing. Instead of going straight home, I decided to go for a little drive. I just got my car not too long ago, and the novelty of driving stick hasn't worn off yet. After about a half hour of driving around the city, I decided it's about time to head home. As I pass a gas station on the edge of town, but close to my house, I decided that now's as good as a time as any to pull in and fuel up. I pull in, and I'm the only one at the gas station. I'm in an industrial and business part of town, the edge, like I said, so there isn't much around. There's an empty lot that's without light beside the gas station, and I notice an SUV sitting there, about 100 to 200 meters away, but I don't think much of it. I get out and start pumping gas when I notice a woman come round the corner and walk straight towards me. As soon as I noticed her, a shiver ran down my spine. I instinctively locked my car. She walked towards me quickly, hands in her pockets, staring at me pretty intensely the whole time. I got into a fight with my boyfriend and he left me here. Can you give me a ride to my mom's house? She said casually, in her raspy smoker's voice. Another chill ran down my spine as she repeated the question, word for word almost, in the same raspy voice. I have to pump gas first, I said to her, keeping my eyes on her the whole time. She walked around to the passenger side door. Beside me, fuel port is on the passenger side, and grabs onto the door handle. Can you unlock your car? I'm cold, I've been here a while. I have to pay for the gas, I said, deciding to cut the gas pumping short. I walked inside and talked to the guy behind the counter. I told him that the girl outside was kind of suspicious and I didn't know her. He just kind of shrugged it off and I could tell he wasn't interested in getting involved, so I walked out. I figured she was just high or something, but I would find a way to just get her to leave me alone. As I walked out, the SUV that I had mentioned earlier started up. I watched the driver maneuver himself so he could just drive out the exit. He stopped, engine still running. He was like 100 meters away. Can you open the door now? I'm really cold. So many alarm bells were going off in my head already. First, she just looked sort of sketchy. She was dressed well enough, but her face was pretty rough. She was pretty covered in makeup, but it didn't hide a nasty looking sore on her lip. Her sunken eyes were dull, bloodshot, and just dead looking. Second, she didn't seem like a damsel in distress, not at all. She didn't seem upset, and she spoke without much emotion. No, that's not my problem. I need to go home, I said to her, as firmly as I could. Come on, you're driving me home, right? I can't. I have to get home right now. Reaching for my phone, I realized I had left it in the car. I'm cold. I've been out here for hours, she shouts, pretty angrily for someone who's asking a favor, I thought. Then I noticed her look at the SUV. I started cluing into what was going on and raised my voice a bit. That's not my problem. I'm at the driver's door now. I'm freezing. You said you'd drive me home. That's not my problem. I started to raise my voice. She started raising hers. We weren't yelling, but it was getting a little heated. We went back and forth like that for a couple of minutes. My mind was racing. I thought about losing my car, about getting stabbed or shot, about getting robbed for the $120 I had in my wallet. I just lost it on her. Get the fuck back. You know who I am. Get the fuck back right now, okay? I said I was in fight mode at this point. I was pretty ready to just fucking clock this bitch if she tried anything, as awful as that may sound. I think I caught her off guard or something, because she stepped back right away. You better get the fuck out of here right now then, she said, walking backwards. I instantly felt my balls tingle sadly and climb up inside me after she said that. I was out of the fight mode and into fucking flight mode. I watched her until she got a decent distance away, noticing she was walking sort of towards the SUV. I didn't watch for much longer. I hopped into my car and peeled the fuck out of there. I turned into a random subdivision, making sure I wasn't being followed. I called the cops, and they said they'd sent a car there, but wasn't much they could do because there was no real crime committed. But I did the right thing, and she was most likely bait for some kind of robbery. I drove home as quick as I could. Sorry if this is a bit wordy, but I'm not sure the best way to tell this story yet. I'm a bit obsessed with the details of what happened. That's what's got me so disturbed. The emotionless way she spoke, the creepy way she looked, that SUV, fuck. I'm surprised I didn't just burst into fucking tears there. I mean, I've been jumped before but this just seems so crazy and predatory. The last thing she said to me was absolutely haunting. You better get out of here right now then. Laying it all out there like that, so suddenly giving up the damsel in distress act. That has to be the worst part of this for me. Again, sorry if this is just horribly written. I just wanted to see what you guys think about this.